Bernardo, Nico, well done. Bernardo, what pulled you through today?
Well, I think the motivation of this is the only hope that we have of winning something. And yeah, the team played a really aggressive game, a really good game. We're very happy today.
And how do you sum up the impact of this guy?
He was unbelievable. Against Plymouth, he showed the impact that he can have on the game, and the energy that he brought into the game changed completely the game for us, so well deserved. I'm happy for you, and that's what we need in the team.
Nico, you're loving the FA Cup this season. It's 3 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying my hardest every game. I'm trying to help the team out as much as I can, and I'm glad I've been able to do that so far.
And what did the manager say to you? He brings you on, he obviously wants that width. Immediately you make that impact.
Yeah, I mean, he was just saying running behind, try and get high, come inside when the winger goes outside. So yeah, I was just trying to do that really.
And what pleased you most, the first or the second assist?
I mean, it was both important, so I'm happy with both.
Lovely flick round the corner, wasn't it, for the second goal? Now Nottingham Forest, semi-final.
Yeah, another tough draw for us, but it's the semi-finals. We play in Wembley. We're happy. We're very happy.
Guys, well done. If I can do the honours as well. Player of the match, Nico O'Reilly. Bernardo, thank you.
And he summed up his game very well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Get high up the pitch, get the crosses in, and he brought an energy, didn't he?
Yeah, but quality crosses.
An impetus.
Yeah, he put a couple of crosses in within 3 or 4 minutes of the second half. Sends a message to Bournemouth that we mean business, running in behind, and also with that bit of quality. We've seen it before in the previous rounds, like it's been mentioned there. Had a huge impact on the game, and that's what City needed.
Sometimes the game's very... No, most of the time the game is very simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have been very tough. If Bournemouth couldn't take advantage of that City side in the first half, maybe get another goal to give them even more impetus to stay with it and stay intense. They couldn't do it. You know, they brought on Nico. In fact, the two substitutes came on and made a massive impact, you know, with Marmoush going long, them getting deeper. It felt like it was inevitable.
Obviously, O'Reilly, McAtee's come on. We saw Nico Gonzalez go through the biggest warm-up we've ever seen, but he's a sort of mini Rodri, which maybe they can sort of mix and match next season. Do you think we've just seen a little bit of a sign of next season's City almost?
Well, yeah, when you consider that the age of someone like Haaland, and I'm sure there's going to be more signings. I still feel that Kushnoff is going to be a really good player for them at some stage. So with Pep staying for the time he's meant to be staying, he's going to build something else, and we're going to see the next income of whatever they're coming with.
Yeah, especially with a lot of City, with a lot of, particularly midfield, older players, and probably looking to leave in the summer.
We've got Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. Not that he's too well, but he's talked often about going back.
It's a big act to follow for these younger players, but if they're getting an opportunity, and we saw 1 or 2 of them taken today, then obviously it looks a bright future for some of them.
Did you feel in the end that Bournemouth's bench just wasn't deep enough? They couldn't go in the way that Pep Guardiola could to change
and that's the problem
emphasis.
with the squads. I think for Bournemouth to have got a result today, they needed all their best players. They were missing a few. They lacked a little bit of confidence and belief. I don't think they had a shot on target in the second half.
No, none.
And history, they were up against history, up against a good City team, obviously. And it just seemed a bit too much for them today. And that's it. But they've done their best.
It's right. If you catch City like you did in that first half, Haaland missed a hat-trick in that first half, and then you can't galvanise to try and put them under more pressure to get that second goal to really take the sting out of them, then you're probably going to end up like it.
And you know what, the big challenge now for Bournemouth and any team of this club of this size is when the expectation over the last 12 months and the big trying to live up to it, and just a bit too much from today.
What pulled you through today's tie?
Yeah, we did it. 7 times in a row, semi-finals of the FA Cup. I'm sorry to tell you, but this is outstanding. That means this generation of players that they have done this many years until they come here, one of the toughest away place to come, because the way they played, intensity, the pressing, and the guys, even the first half, we were not, winning. I said half time, you had the game in your hands, so keep going. And after the impact from Nico was really, really good, but not just him, everyone. So yeah, really pleased for that, for reach a semi-final again.
For all the experience in your team, how satisfying is it when a young player comes in and makes an impact?
Oh, of course it is, but not just young players and the old players as well. So look today, Bernardo, Gundo, Kevin, they are really, really, really good. So all of them, and of course the young players. So look, Nico scored 2 goals against Plymouth. So and today the impact was again outstanding.
Well, 3 goals, 2 assists in the FA Cup for Nico O'Reilly, not bad.
We're going to play in semi-final for sure.
What about this competition? And you mentioned obviously 7 semi-finals. In terms of the intensity that your team showed in the second half, was that a bit more like it, if you see what I mean?
No, not the second, in the first as well. So comparing the game we played here in November, we came here with flip-flops. We came here for the holidays, still we're on holidays. Against that team, if you don't compete, if you are not, you do what you have to do, it's impossible. And today we were a team, We challenge. Football, you have to run, so... In my period as a manager in my career, all the people say, how good they play, how good they play. No. We were how much we run, how much we fight. And this season, for many, many games, didn't happen.
You're fighting like a team that wants this FA Cup so badly.
Sorry?
You're fighting like a team that wants to win this FA Cup so badly.
No, we were in semi-finals. Listen, we have except Bournemouth and of course and the teams that we faced in so far, it was in lower divisions. But when you have 7 times in a row, you play all the games, all the teams in the Premier League, in Championship, we always have been there. So we love the FA Cup, so hopefully we can reach the final, and I'm really pleased to play against Nottingham Forest.
Any idea how serious Erling Haaland's injury is yet?
I don't know yet. We'll have to see.
And you mentioned Nottingham Forest, tough semi-final.
Yeah, we have been Aston Villa, we have been Crystal Palace, so we cannot be differently.
Commiserations. Did you deserve better, or was that a fair result?
No, I think the game was, first half we played very well, I think for us definitely, but second half also definitely was for them the game. I think we couldn't keep the same intensity level in the second half. We were not as aggressive, we were a lot more passive, and even with the changes, because we were lacking a little bit of energy, especially up front. We haven't been able to play at the same level we've played first half.
For all the pride in the performance, Kepa saves a penalty, but should he have saved the Marmoush shot?
Yeah, probably. If you look at the goal, I don't know, probably there is a chance. But I think overall, more than the details, so I don't think we lost because of this. I think at the end, overall, we were better in the first half. We played the game we wanted to play. We were, I think, quite dangerous. But second half they were better. They keep control of the ball. We couldn't affect the long possessions, and we were not dangerous enough.